Developing news out of Lansing, and it's a story you'll see only here on 6 News tonight. A family is preparing to sue the Lansing School District for millions.
The most that I'd like to say at this point is that my client was the victim of an assault in the school.
The Lansing School District, the Lansing Board of Education, Superintendent Yvonne Kamal-Kanul, Eastern High School's principal and vice principal are among those named in the court papers filed this morning. Truskowski says the parents of a 9th grade Eastern High School student says they're preparing to sue for $5 million and file a Title IX claim in federal district court after their daughter was sexually assaulted in the stairwell inside of Eastern High School. According to the court documents, after learning of the assault and viewing a video taken on school security equipment, school officials suspended the student for 10 days and told the student and her parents that she could not return until the school could put a plan in place to curb her behavior.
It's our position that the school district did not comply with the requirements of Title IX.
The student accused in the sexual assault was originally charged with 4 felony counts. We've learned those charges were dismissed, and the accused has admitted to 1 misdemeanor count of indecent exposure. He's due back in court next week.
I have a great deal of respect for the Lansing schools. They have wonderful teachers and administration, and I'm hopeful that this is just something that will have a positive outcome for everybody.
A former Eastern High School student is suing Lansing Public Schools.
The way that they talked to me and the way that they treated me made me uncomfortable.
The now 19-year-old victim says administrators at Lansing's Eastern High School treated her with disregard following her rape on school grounds in September of 2014. In our exclusive interview, the victim says after reporting her rape to Eastern principal Donna Pohl, who's also named in the case, that the principal seemed annoyed.
The first thing she said to me was, "Why were you leaving school in the first place?" Not recognizing that I told her that I've just been attacked. I was trying to go to her in confidence that she would help me, and she didn't say anything about him or ask any questions about him. It was all me, and I was in the wrong.
The suit says the day after the assault, police interviewed the victim and advised her to take a couple of days off of school.
My mom had got a message from Miss Pohl saying that somebody contacted her and said that if my attacker couldn't continue playing sports, then I shouldn't be able to either.
The school district is accused of violating Title IX by not ensuring a safe educational environment for the victim. Students are encouraged to report assaults to the Title IX coordinator. But the victim told me she didn't know who that person was.
Did you have a clear picture in your mind of who you needed to report that to and the steps that would be taken afterwards?
Not at all.
I hope that this does make some changes in this district and hopefully other districts as well, because this is a problem that needs to be taken care of.
We received a statement from Superintendent Yvonne Kamal-Kanul, who says, quote, "While federal and state privacy laws preclude us from making more specific statements at this time, I can assure our school community that we fully cooperated with law enforcement regarding the named perpetrator and supported the victim with care and compassion."
As of now, there are 2 open cases pending against the Lansing School District, and both claim Title IX violations. We told you about the first lawsuit last month. That suit stems from a 2014 rape case that put 19-year-old Edward Jackson behind bars. The victim says the school district and school officials failed to create a safe educational environment for her after her rape, and she was not allowed to participate in extracurricular activities. Now, this most recent case and separate case filed this week claims that school officials had deliberately indifferent response to a second student's assault, and their failure to promptly respond and appropriately investigate led to harassment, nurtured a hostile environment, and effectively denied her access to educational opportunities. The U.S. Department of Education is currently looking into sexual violence in 5 Michigan school districts, and these documents show that the Lansing School District is one of them. The investigation started just a few weeks ago on September 1st. A spokesman for the district told me today that the administration is aware and is cooperating fully. The complaint that sparked the investigation may sound familiar. As we've reported, a teenage girl says she was suspended after reporting her sexual assault inside of Eastern High School late last year. Her family filed a civil complaint in district court early in the summer, and around the same time, their attorney filed the formal complaint with the Office of Civil Rights. The teenager accused in the case admitted to 1 misdemeanor count of indecent exposure and remains under court observation. Federal investigators will review all available evidence related to sexual violence in Lansing schools, including documents, interviews, and even on-site visits.
The feds opened an investigation into Lansing schools and how they've been handling sexual violence complaints.
It's a story you saw first on 6 News. School district officials say they've been cooperating fully with investigators, and their work was on display during last night's school board meeting.
The district unveiled new policy hoping to address any confusion about their complaint process and Title IX compliance.
Now, Mariah, how does the new policy differ from the old one?
Well, Siobhan, Justin, this new policy will be an amendment to the Student Code of Conduct. I compared last year's code to this year's and found that administrators expanded quite a bit in the portion covering sexual violence. This year, the sexual harassment sections have been expanded to include different examples and scenarios. They've also taken care to explain the act of sexual assault, taking it from a 1-paragraph explanation to 3, covering topics like dating violence, exactly what you should do if you feel threatened, and what the process will be like after reporting. During last night's school board meeting, we learned they're taking things a step further by compiling all of that information under one section of the school code, making every step of the complaint process clear enough for students to understand.
Those types of things that really were in different sections of the policy manual to begin with. We've brought them together in one area. Just really wanted to summarize that process in one place so that everyone's rights were well known and everyone's processes were spelled out.
We have the new policy posted on our website to take a look. Check the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com. And of course, we'll keep you updated as that federal investigation continues.